Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. First of all, I'm sorry for any inconvenience. I am not feeling very well today.
Waalaikumsalam and good morning, Mr. Woman. It's okay,
So today, we will have the meeting to talk about Ansana's bank internal control, right? Miss Hamizah, do we have any apologies for absence for today's meeting?
No, Mr. Woman. There were no apologies for absence.
Oh, that's great. Miss Hamizah, what is the agenda for today?
Mr. Woman, please take a look at the slide that we have shared to you. First of all, the first agenda is to review Angsana Bank's problems. Since the auditors have done the audit for the bank's internal control, as usual, we need to discuss about its internal control problems. Next, we will talk about internal control objectives, control activities, and tests of control. Last but not least, auditors will present the weaknesses, implication, and recommendation for the existing internal control that they managed to analyze.
Alright, let's start the meeting.
Alright, Mr. Roman, let me read the review of the bank problem. Angsana Bank is a mid-sized financial institution that offers various loan and credit facilities. The bank's accounts receivables process, overseen by Credit Control Manager Mr. Zulkifli Rahman and Account Receivables Clerk Maisarah, is crucial for maintaining cash flow and minimizing bad debts. Despite using an integrated loan management system, many tasks rely on manual processes, increasing the risk of errors. Angsana Bank is committed to evaluating its accounts receivables process to enhance accuracy, compliance, and financial stability.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hamizah. Let's move on to the next agenda, which is the internal control of Angsana Bank. I have reviewed the audit report that have been prepared by our auditors, Ms. Alissa, Ms. Humaira, and Ms. Fatin. And these are the control objectives of Angsana Bank. So, first of all, we have effective management of account receivable. This strategy aims to optimize Angsana Bank's cash flow management, ensuring timely obligations are met while minimizing bad debt risk. Efficient receivables management enhances liquidity and aids in better future cash flow planning, thus improving the bank's credit readiness. Next, we have minimizing the loan default risk. The objective is to lower the chances of borrower defaults to maintain Angsana Bank's financial stability and profitability. By ensuring timely loan repayments, the bank can reduce provisions for potential losses and increase interest income. Next, we have strong and effective loan system. This goal focuses on streamlining lending operations for greater efficiency. A strong loan system decreases processing times, reduces operational costs, and improves overall productivity. This leads to faster client services, reduce manual errors, and improve customer satisfaction. Please move on to the next slide. Thank you. Next, we have the control activities. First of all, oversight by the management. Account receivables at Angsana Bank are managed by Mr. Zulkifli Rahman and Ms. Sarah Lee. Their defined roles are ensuring accountability, adherence to policies, and efficient issue resolution. Next, we have assessment of credit readiness for new customers. Mr. Rahman assesses new customers' credit readiness to reduce loan default risk. This involves reviewing their credit history and financial statements to ensure they can repay loans. Lastly, we have backup and disaster recovery plans for loan system. Angsana Bank has backup and disaster recovery plans for its loan system. These plans protect sensitive customer data and minimize disruptions from system failures and ensure compliance and maintaining customer trust. Next, I will let Ms. Hamizah present it.
Sure, Mr. Roman. So, these are the tests of control that our auditors have been conducted. The first test of control is evaluate the accuracy of accounts receivable records. Auditors check the accuracy of account receivables by sampling customer accounts and comparing recorded balance with payments and invoice. They verify that payments are applied correctly and outstanding balance are accurate. This test performed to ensure that the account receivable records maintained are accurate and up to date. The second test is verify the creditworthiness assessment procedures. Auditors review a sample of creditworthiness assessment done by Mr. Rahman to ensure compliance with the bank's guidelines. They check if customer credit histories and financial information were properly evaluated and if assessment were independently approved. This is important to ensure that the assessment were not influenced by bias or conflicts of interest and that they adhere to the bank's risk management practice. Lastly, the auditor testing the backup and disaster recovery plans. Auditors assess Angsana Bank's backup and disaster recovery plans by reviewing IT records for the last backup and recovery test. They confirm the test success and identify any issue that need resolution. This may involve recommending for frequently testing, ensuring backup are stored in their secure offsite location, or implementing more advanced recovery technologies that reduce downtime. That's all from me.
Thank you, Ms. Hamizah. Now let's move on to the next agenda, which are the weaknesses, implications and recommendations for the internal control of Angsana Bank. May I know who will present first?
May I start first?
Please, Ms. Alissa.
Here are the first witnesses, implication and recommendation of Angsana Bank. As we can see on the slide, Mr. Woman, for the first witnesses is missing or incomplete supporting documentation, where there is a high risk of errors and fraud occurring in Angsana Bank if without proper documentation for account receivable. This also creates opportunities for individuals to manipulate records for personal gain. Not only that, the lack of documentation in this company also makes it difficult to verify transactions accuracy. So, this will potentially leading to financial statements. Without proper documentation, it becomes exceedingly difficult for auditors and management to confirm that recorded amounts are accurate and reflect actual business activities. And we can compute that the weaknesses will give such implications, which is auditors may face significant impact when attempting to validate recorded amounts in the absence of supporting documentation. This struggle can lead to potential financial statements that will cause to inaccurate financial reporting. The inability to verify transactions accurately can result in delays in the audit process and raise questions about the overall integrity of the bank's financial reporting. Next is the incomplete documentation also can result in disputes with customers regarding owed amounts. When clients receive inconsistent or unclear billing statements due to missing documentation, it can create confusion and mistrust. This not only strains relationship but can also lead to significant financial losses if customers refuse to pay disputes amount until issues are resolved. The inability to provide clear and accurate billing information can damage long-term relationship with clients. To address the issue of missing or incomplete supporting documentation at Angsana Bank, several recommendations can be implemented. For the first is all transactions should be supported by comprehensive documentation such as invoice, payment confirmation, credit memos, and any other relevant documentations. Establishing standardized requirements for documentation will help ensure consistency and completeness across all transactions. Additionally, Angsana Bank should implement a document retention policy that outlines how long records should be kept. This policy should ensure that all necessary documents are readily available for audit and inspection. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next slide to the Humaira.
Thank you, Ms. Alissa. Please, Ms. Humaira.
As you can see here, Mr. Woman, this was second witnesses that we have found after we analyzed Angsana Bank internal controls. There was a lack of independent review and approval. Okay. For these witnesses, I have concluded that there was a risk of bias or inaccurate worthiness evaluation due to Mr. Rahman's involvement. Because as a result of these weaknesses, they may cause to approval of loan for high-risk borrowers, leading to potential defaults. Second, I also detect that there was increased potential for fraud or mismanagement without oversight. This also can cause exposure to regulatory and compliance risk due to inadequate review processes. We as an auditor have already suggest that Asana Bank have to establish an independent review and approval process for credit assessment. Second, Asana Bank also can form a credit review committee or assign a separate manager to oversee the assessment. Lastly, Asana Bank also can provide regular training for staff involved in the assessment process to ensure compliance with the best practice. Okay, I will pass it to Ms. Fatin.
Thank you, Ms. Humaira. Please, Ms. Fatin.
Now I will present the last weaknesses of Angsana Bank internal control. So, for the loan system of Angsana Bank, there is one main problem that we managed to detect, which is the bank failed to test the backup and disaster recovery plans regularly. So, why is this a problem? Lack of regular testing exposes the bank to hidden bugs and vulnerabilities remain undetected, which leads to potential system failures or security breaches that could disrupt operations. Next, decreased system performance due to insufficient maintenance and will lead to risk of data loss or complete shutdown of operations during major issues. So, to prevent this risk, we have recommended these solutions to Angsana Bank in order to improve their loan system. So, we recommend Angsana Bank to conduct regular tests of the backup and disaster recovery plans to identify and address vulnerabilities. Not just that, we also ask them to verify that backups are complete, accurate and recoverable to protect important data. And last but not least, we ask them to train employees through regular drills to ensure preparedness for crisis situations. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fatin. Alright, thank you, auditors team. Now, since I have heard the whole presentations, there are some things that I can conclude. And here are the conclusions that I have made. An effective internal control system is very crucial for an organization's health and success, safeguarding assets from fraud while ensuring accurate financial reporting. It enhances compliance with laws, manage risk efficiently, and support organizational objectives. By fostering a culture of accountability and transparency, this system builds stakeholder trust. Adhering to Bursa Malaysia and COSO framework guidelines highlights their importance beyond compliance as they are essential for reliable financial reporting and organizational integrity. In a complex environment, investing in a strong internal control framework is crucial for achieving objectives and ensuring long-term sustainability. So, is there any other thing that needs to be discussed today?
No, Ms. Chairwoman.
Alright then, with this, I declare that our meeting ends here. Thank you everyone for your hard work.